So this happens a lot, right? And then you're talking to a client, you're doing a demo, right? Everything is going great. And then when you actually ask for that sale, they say, I can't afford it. What they are saying is that they're not saying that they don't have the money. What they are telling you is that I don't see enough value. I don't see how this can help me, bring more money to my bank account. That's what they're telling you. They're not telling you they don't like it. Sometimes they might, right? But if they say, I like everything, but I can't afford it. Number one, if they couldn't afford it, they've done their research. They are in the market they stayed in the call for that long, right? Or that demo meeting. Sometimes you might have forced them into the meeting. That happens. But if they are there and they are even slightly interested, they will pull out their credit card and buy it from you. But you might not be doing it the right way. Now, so here's what I advise for you guys. So number one, try to avoid this question. Try to make sure that they don't ask you this question. I can't afford it, I can't do it. So how do you avoid it? So what you need to be doing is this. So let me show you. So what you need to be doing is a couple of things. So number one, make sure you're prospecting to the right person. Meaning, of course, sometimes, most of your clients are not going to be able to afford it. You know the deal, right? So make sure your prospecting game is game on to make sure that there is a need for your product or service in that company or for that individual. So that's number one. Number two is initially when you're doing that demo or that call, right? Ask them, what's the problem that they are looking to solve? Main thing, right? Number two, if they're already using somebody else, why are they in the market if they're already using something else? So get those problems right. Your job throughout the demo call is to make sure you show them that, hey, those things that they spoke about earlier, you can solve it. Your product can solve it. Make sure to address them, okay? Now, also make sure that they are getting more for their money. Everybody wants that, okay? Everybody wants more bang for their buck, right? So make sure to show them, right? So for example, let's say your product is $199 a month, $199, and you have to show them that, hey, they are getting more value, meaning they are gonna make more money, more features, more ease of use, in order for them to actually, trigger it, make sure that they buy. You have to show them that, hey, there's more value to it than the amount of money that I'm parting with. Does that make sense? So you have to do that. Now, how do you do that? Now, so whenever you want them to say, okay, yes, I want it, here's my card, right? Now, you have to make sure that to bring them to that point, you have to make sure that, okay, they have to have some kind of motivation, right? Some kind of motivation to say yes, okay? And how do you show that? You show that by making sure you address their problems and challenges, okay? That's one. And number two is making sure you trigger it. How do you trigger an action of, having them give you their card number? What you have to do is trigger it by, scarcity. Say you have a discount. Those things do work. Or say, hey, I can give you a month free if you sign up today. Or I can give you an upgraded plan if you buy it today. See, those things trigger it. So motivation, that comes from making sure you address their concerns, their challenges, okay? So behavior, right? That's behavior is you want to get them to buy it equals motivation and the trigger. And the trigger is, something cheesy that does work. It does work, like, discounts, upgrades, a month free. Add those things in to actually make them do it right then and there, okay? That's that. Now, also what I want you to focus on throughout the conversation is you want them to tell you, make them say that, hey, yeah, this seems like a good idea. So if they say it, they usually won't say, I can't afford it. Now, if they do, you can say, hey, Bob, didn't you say this was under your budget? You said you liked it. You throw the ball back in their court. So when they say, I can't afford it, if you stall or if you don't say anything, you look bad. That's number one. Number two is that, you don't want to sound to salesy, right? Like you don't want to say, oh, why not? Why are you not buying it? I have the best product. It's the best one ever. It's better than your competitor. Blah, blah. Don't do that at that one point because you've already invested time building that rapid. You've already put that time in. You want to go ahead and stay calm. You're like, yeah, I understand, Bob, that you can't afford it, but you told me that this was under your budget, right? The answer, you're trying to get them to say yes. And then you're going to say, look, listen, okay, you're spending $199, but keep in mind, it brings you more value. Do some math, show some math, show that, hey, if you spend this much money, you're just spending a couple bucks a day, and this can bring you this much value to you and your team. Say that to them, okay? Now, if they still say no, I don't want you to lose hope because sometimes it does take time. So sometimes your job is to make sure that they actually buy on the spot because people lose that motivation when they go home, they talk to their wives. Oh, why are you spending so much money, right? You don't want that happening. You want to go ahead and make sure that, I'll talk about that on a different video when one of your clients says, my wife says, I need to talk to my wife. We'll talk about that on a different video, but you want to go ahead and make that sale right then. So show some math and then just say, this is going to add value. Don't sound too salesy, but show that, hey, I understand your concern, but you said that this will work for you. Don't you think it's going to add some, value to your life, your company? And then if it does still not going through, maybe if it's under your company policy, maybe offer a trial. That might work sometime, okay? Just say, okay, try it for like 15 days. Try it for 30 days, okay? You can offer that as well. So yeah, that's it. That's what to say when somebody says, I can't afford it. If you love this video, make sure to subscribe and also comment below if you have any other questions. Thank you so much.